military conscription in Nigeria, but since 1973, graduates of universities and polytechnics have been required to take part in the National Youth Service Program for 1 year. This is known as the National Service, and then, well, it was created, like I said, during the administration of former head of state Yakubu Gowon. Development of common ties among the Nigerian youth, so-called, are posted to states other than and learn the cultures and tradition of the indigenes of the location they are posted to. This action aims to foster national unity and appreciation of other ethnic groups in the country. The NYSC, the Nigerian youth who are eligible to serve are expected to register on the NYSC portal to be called off for service, and after a successful registration, eligible graduates get their green card and call-up letter, which indicates their state of service, and when called upon, they are usually referred to as prospective core members. The core members then are expected to proceed approximately 3 weeks and is spent during the first week of the orientation camp. The prospective core members are sworn in and then referred to as core members of primary assignments, the one they call PPA. They are expected to work as full-time staff as they are at their PPAs, and with the exception of working days devoted to the execution of their community service called the CDS. And after 11 months at their PPAs, core members are allowed 3 weeks of vacation before their final passing out ceremony, where they would be issued certificate of completion. Core members are entitled to a monthly allowance, additional 10% of the minimum wage. In 2024, following the announcement of the new minimum 1,000, the previous allowances were 33,019.8, all based on the previous minimum wage. However, 77,000. Okay, to be eligible to participate in the compulsory 1 year service, a graduate must be below or not above the age of 30 upon graduation. Wow, and all that. Art is meant to reconcile and reintegrate and unite Nigerians, take away from your base, from your region to another region, for cultural and social integration. I'm going to be asking you and also asking my guests when he later joins us, as the NYSC outlived its use of the video that the core member all over the weekend into yesterday released, talking about calling the president some unprintable names and saying, oh, Lagos stinks and all of that. A lot of people were saying, wow, the risk involved in this service, a lot of them kidnapped. Let me give you my little story. For the people that don't know, sometimes you wonder, oh, well, why do I know so much about maybe just that? In my entire life, I've never at any point traveled. She exposed me to or gave me the opportunity to ride. But probably never visit. And more than anything else, I got the service in Jos. In fact, around that time, I remember very well the first of the unfortunate, bombing attack that I witnessed in Jos. Even before we knew what was happening in Jos, my mom in Lagos already knew there was a bomb attack. There was a bomb in Jos. But then, the question remains: at the scheme, each time the camp opened within that 3 weeks period, some states in the country, even as core members, 7 core members in some states in this country, they were made vice principals. Some of them weighed the options available. You look at the pros and the cons. 2011, the unfortunate one that happened in Osun State, the kidnapped coppers on their way to Yobe, on their way to Benue. We get to hear all of these things. But is that enough reason? Where do you put the staff of NYSC? We are saying there are no jobs. And if you scrap that, you are sure. Maybe at the end of the program, I would read what a friend of mine said when we had this conversation in an open space. But like I said, Barris, the PDP National Secretariat building in Abuja. Let me take your call, 0913-600-0410. Network, did all of those. But the truth of the matter is that, do you think the risk are outweighed? Increment in the allowance of the core members, and they'll be earning 77,000 as a result of the 70,000 minimum wage and 10% of the minimum wage coming up on their own money. But till today, maybe by end of March, when core members get their money, and maybe the 77,000 will be paid. But till February or January, core members, There's some PPAs that don't provide accommodation. Some PPA don't even, there's nothing. You just walk and you take your clearance. Some people even tell you, come only once or twice a week because they can't afford to give you anything. Put yourself to your PPA, you have to feed, you do all of those, take care of yourself. I think we should have a conversation. 0913-600-0410. Well, I've also heard of stories of people that have gone to places to serve, that the NYSC does. I've also heard of a lot of people that were able to save and then start a future and a career for themselves. In case, we can't get you to speak, you can also drop your text messages. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
I think the conversation that we need to have is pertaining to what the copper said concerning the situation. Main conversation, what he has said was the gospel truth. If you consider the state of things, how clearly okay, you can at least, if you check the statistics of the amount of things, the rate, that is obnoxious policy that has turned to people to beggars and emergency in the midst of plenty. So if you look at how inflation came about and every other thing, you can see that there is enough reason for, and instead of this government or the NYSC people to look into it, they are now attacking her. It is wrong.
Thank you. The timing of what she said, call out to employers and set cameras and, do all of that. Those are different conversations. I'm talking about some of his most difficult structures, education, I see had gone to a whole new level. That's why I want us to have that.
We cannot change them. We cannot even abuse. Why will I do so? I think when we are doing our own, there is something they call community
CDS.
CDS. And the same line again, community development. That girl that is saying the environment, the community work around that place, that is the doctor to the less privileged. We see that. I am a part of it. And we go to play. If the girl is to stay with our own service, we could also join the force with those people.
Thank you, Mr. Laiwala. Thank you.
That is how the thing operates.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to connect with my guest from Tunji Abdulhamid.
Yeah, this is Don calling from Machata.
Okay.
We only know that they give us policy, and the problem is what we have in Nigeria generally that is affecting us. That girl was talking from us. Look at us that that girl is passing through mental stress. She has calculated, and everybody say they don't know. See, to be truthful, that is the current situation. And going to this, they said they want to raise a youth comfort, and Sheyi was praising his father. Is it not good to do the chap for treason when they are detained? I know God will judge everybody.
Thank you very much. They can fault all of the things that she said. Nobody can fault it. What does 30 good stuff cheaper where you just present your ID card and the crate of egg is almost 7,000 now? Well, everybody knows all of that. But what I'm saying is, should this scheme be scrapped according to what everybody scrapped? Because we keep saying that there are no jobs and that we still want to throw people out of it. But again, you also need to look at it. You're welcome.
Will what achieved to reunite Nigeria. But as time goes on, we should be able to restructure it. The program in such areas should be avoided. Where the cost within Abia State, the cost, what they are getting as allowance does not feed them for 2 days in that place. All these things should be looked into to struggle to pass out from the university.
The funny thing is, some people, their monthly allowance cannot even take them for.
We will do something.
Okay, please talk to your nephew. If the government had given, the maintained that payment 8 months Tuesday now, service was
Okay,
let's go, Dufoma.
Yes, thanks. Okay, it's like this. Former head of state that laid down the foundation of together. The problem that the people Governor number one, religion and tribe will involve. Yes, because there is some state that will post this NYC to. They will know how this NYC that just cried out is not new. So people should support her. Thank God that I pray for doing that. Those are the people who have Nigeria in the back of their mind. So whosoever that is crucified this young lady, they are the wicked people in this Nigeria. She's saying the truth, things are not friendly. We all see it now. It's not friendly at all.
Let us squeeze that up.
And she needs to cry that even though Fagile Secretary of PDP, let's just be watching weekend.
Thank you very much, Ifoma. The Rivers State People's Democratic Party have threatened to expel Barrister Sɪᴛᴜᴛ for anti-party activity. So let's see if they will be able to do that. Maybe more to us. Well, let me link up to my guest, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid break. When I come back, my guest is going to be here and ready.
We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes.
A new day, a new event. Old actors meet new ones, and a fresh twist adds up to the old subplot. And the grass suffers and the ground shakes. We are always plugged in, watching it all unfold right here in the Situation Room. Here, we bring together the main actor to the Situation Room with the Situation Room. We are all...
Thank you very much and welcome back to the Situation Room live from Mila 98.3 FM. I told you we needed to go on that very short break so that we can connect with our guest. I have Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid joining me on the show and directly. But of course, at the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory Development Authority decided to revoke the, for over 20 years has been. That's the one they call the Wadata Plaza. So, it's Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Good evening and welcome on the show again.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you very much. I know we have to excuse you for a few minutes to observe your prayer. So it's my pleasure to have you join us on the show.
It's my pleasure to be with you too.
Okay, so let's get straight up into it. Authority, I decided to revoke the paper. Hey, is this another of Wike? Pressing, let me use the street conversation, pressing the neck of PDP. And Barrister Abdulhamid, is this a new twist, or you think this is Wike just riding on the wave of who he says he is?
Yeah, that is just like his friend said, Mr. Yᴏᴜᴜᴜ to the governor of Rivers State that time. The party is fighting you, he doesn't look back, and he wants to win at all times. In other words, always he loves trouble and he has all the weight and all the power with him. When division of property, other people are there. So tomorrow somebody will be there every time. They let him think twice and remember.
Okay. Barrister Abdulhamid, you and I know that from the PDP, even though he's serving in the administration of the APC government, he had also constantly said, hey, I've put my blood and sweat to build the PDP from 1998 when he says he left the party to join, Labour. He has said a lot of things. Do you of the leadership of the party? Because one would expect that as the FCT minister and being a member of...
I agree with you to an extent that what you are seeing today, what Mr. Rupe is doing today, is an attempt to further going to another party, and other people. From what you said earlier on, you say Rupe has been in the party, he has been building the party since 1999. That is not correct. He was given opportunity in 1999. He was Babaka and Co. In other words, when there was no government money, no money to be their personal money,
they were funding the party.
Government. And since then, he's been government from one position to another. He has never, in fact, what he should be doing now, he should be thanking PDP for giving the opportunity to be what he is today. But he seen himself as building PDP. No, he only came in to rescue the party in 2007. When was it 2007? When I saw the other time when he was not doing anything, other people were doing. yes, people lay foundation, people lay, and he only put the roof. That does not mean he's building, not doing anything. So as far as I'm concerned, you see, the point is that Mr. Wike and he's been paying, and thereafter he was not even giving the vice presidential ticket. And to Mr. the National Secretary of the party is one of them a lawyer.
Yes.
So yes, that thing they are doing, you see, it has been targeted at him, and he wants to also use that one. He said the property is being revoked for non-payment of ground rent for 20 years. That the member of the party, as a senior stakeholder, he did not raise any issue. He did not say anything. He was there, so he was waiting, and he was accomplished. So if there's no, even if he's not having issue with the party, he will not know that no ground rent. A governor or a minister in the case of FCT have the right to revoke a land, but there are procedures. I'm not sure that those procedures have been followed here. I'm not too sure. I'm not saying with authority. I'm not too sure because you must have a paper on them personally, not newspaper publication. Newspaper publication is not you serve the notice of publication in line with Section 26 and 28 of Section 6 of that use act. And in that regard, you can report. The letter is required to be served for me personally by virtue of Section 44. By tomorrow, you see Caterpillar at that place.
Okay, so if you say Barrister Nyesom Wike has been one of the leaders of the party, at least let's just say maybe the past 10 years or thereabout. I mean, he has served a minister again, which people said is a third term as governor because he's the FCT minister. With all of these issues that are happening, is there a better way you can define anti-party activities and party members? Why is it difficult for them to check the essay? Let them suspend me if they can. He said it over and over again. What exactly do you think I think
I'm the spokesperson of the PDP. I'm not speaking as a spokesperson of PDP. I'm speaking as Tuja. Even though I'm a member of the party, I will not hide that. You see, he's boasting because he knows what he has done. He has secured himself that respects rule of law. Do not want to go contrary to that. I know if you are to be Mr. Wike that is in charge, you will ignore the rule of ignore the law and take that step and say forget because other which states the party cannot suspend him. So in that regard, the party cannot do anything. And in any event, where the suspension can only come from the state, he has the control of the state. The party structure in the state is in his hand. And that I said for now that is absent from the zone, from his area, or a letter of petition that be written against him from his people. Until today, like I said, there's a court order that is restraining the party from taking such steps against him. That is why the question you asked, which one is that again? I can't remember.
No, I just said, do you sense any political undertone with the revocation of the land charge or of the land base? You've held sway at the top level of People's Democratic Party. You should at least protect the interest of your party. I know. I mean, you should at least protect the interest of your party. One would say that, a PDP member is now there. Before we leave this matter, because I also want us to quickly talk about the NYSC. Now, Barrister Abdulhamid, what do you think the PDP should do next? You also alluded to the fact that the National Secretary of the party is an ally to Wike. How helpless is the PDP? Because it looks like the enemy fighting against the PDP.
You are right, and those things that we Mr. Wike is able to achieve what he's achieving because we have people in the party who are not loyal to the party now or who is working against the party now will be controlling them, particularly the acting down. So anyway, the acting chairman is facing the steps. He's coming back to his unit. They'll be making it. So the point is that it's not that Mr. Wike is that powerful to that effect. The people are giving that privilege. In fact, the people like Judge, even though that they all participated when he said he obtained a permission from the party.
Leadership of the party, yes.
It's not Obasanjo, and that does not make him a member of a PDP at that time. But he did not do it in this manner. But you see, we have somebody, Mr. Wike, who wants to become a Alpha and Omega, who wants to have the party back in his bad coin, saying that he built the party. He did not build the party. He wasn't there in 2000. He was nowhere to be found. In fact, when he was in chairman, he has never worked to even make money to say, I want to spend money on this party. He came out from the law school when you see, for me, you see, I will not be surprised if in film will do so. I will not be surprised. Because as it is now, the disruption that Mr. Wike has put in the party, it will not be difficult to rectify.
Let's leave all of those. Now let's talk about the NYSC. And I mean, it's a conversation that always come up. Maybe each time core members are kidnapped, each time a core member is maybe assaulted, there is that constant call for the scheme to be scrapped. And then if you look at the Decree 24 establishing the scheme in 1973, it's very clear the purpose for reconciliation, reintegrating after the devastating effect of the Nigerian Civil War under the administration, its usefulness.
It has not. It is not being implemented well, and that has been a major problem in this country. We've always had good policies, and but when it comes to enforcement, it's a good opportunity for everybody to mingle and interact outside your state. Some people, if not for NYC, when you don't leave your community, you will not even understand that anything happens somewhere. What you'll be seeing is a different thing. Some people will think some people are among you where they are, not knowing that there is more unity in that regard. But unfortunately, the implementation is very bad. And if we look at that, the way a manner it is being implemented, we want to be thinking of that, should we not stop it? But there's no proper to an extent. That's why we also complain. But that time is even better. Today, it's 20,000 naira. What can you do? So for me, I think what we need to do is information. We need to move from one place to another and to even know ourselves better in terms of probably we should just set it aside now. And when we are ready, we'll continue from it. I will continue it.
Okay.
Because that's why we're not ready now. Because we are it's just like those people, those guys are being said. We don't have to be eaten. Must be this and that. No, that I don't believe in that idea. So that mentality of you must suffer for you to have a brain, I think I see it as a poverty mentality. And that is what government is using for us.
Okay, barrister stuff, and you've brought one of the key arguments, against the scheme, the welfare and the safety of the core members. We've seen stories of core members being kidnapped in their PPAs and all of that. That is an argument against the scheme on one side. On the other side, as a kind of training base to recruit into agencies like the police. See, I'll tell you for a fact, some policemen cannot properly communicate with you in a clean and civil language. Fact. So a lot of people have said that, why don't you civil defense recruit into these? You have young minds, people that truly went to school. Do you subscribe to that school of thought? Another school of thought also say, take me to maybe Kwara State. If I schooled in Kwara, you can take me to maybe Osun State, for instance. Do you subscribe to this school of thought?
You are leaving your comfort zone to another place. So I will not subscribe to that as well. I'm a pro the program should be reformed. That's my own position. The point that they should be given, it should be used for 1 year, and they could also go. You see what you have seen today in police, because most of the people who are in police, some of them is not joined because they have passion for it. Some of them joined because they have nothing else to do again. Then thereafter, what happens thereafter? Are we going to be permanent, or are we going to be have to leave the system, or thereafter? Who will become other area? Who will work in other area in the country? So we will be only the discussion that we are going to be involved in. How about engineering work? How about medical? How about lawyers? How about other training? So we need to. You can't follow. It will be a form of military training or what's it called? For 1 year. Then after the 1 year, you can do whatever you want to do. Yes, the civil defense or whatever. I think it's a no-no for me. Who will now become who work at the NPC? The son of the NPC or give them an NPC job. It's not for me. What we need to do is just to make it once the problem is this. The NYC problem is not just a isolated problem. Data is corrupt. The data is not independent of the country. As long as the country is not working, not aspect of it will be affected. If this country is working the way it will work, this health system will work. How must it work? If you know that, look, you must provide accommodation for people who are going somewhere to go and do something. You know that you must provide for their welfare. You know your responsibility to provide for that. You provide security for yourself. You have to provide for your welfare, and you even pay for providing welfare for yourself. That's why, because you want to do borrow, they will have to come and pay borrow, take like borrow license. That means you are paying for what government will provide. So for me, if the system is working well, all these complaints that we're having, they will go. What we need is to have a system that works. Unfortunately, what we have in the country today is individuals who are powerful, not the system. The system is not ready to come and say, let government beg Governor Wike or let him agree. And you see some people, let's say that we are told that let governor please make sure the next governor is from a social place. As if he's the only person in the state that will become a governor. So the system is not working. As long as it's not working, this NYC, as it is today, our country is not working. That is the truth.
And the realization of that process happens in isolation. One of these is connected to this. The NYC is under the Ministry of Youth Development. So if the government at the top is not working or is not seeing into the other part of the body, but what do you think should be done? If you feel taking someone out of this is also not something you exactly entirely subscribe to,
what I'm saying is that I'm saying that as I'm happy, let the government do the needful. Let's make the security of the people sacrosanct. Let them make their welfare sacrosanct. Let them provide whatever they need so as to be comfortable. That's the kind of reform I'll be asking for. If you are a copper, you be seen as, even though on paper they say the son of the government. Is that correct? Maybe one innovation or the other. You will not even say they hear about it. You won't tell anything. You will not even know they are aware of it. They will be aware, but you will not even hear them say anything. Then because he has called out the president on what the president is not doing well. You see them, they are very sweet in calling her to say, if they have said this girl, remember, and they are going to call her, and I believe those people who called her, they don't even have the authority of the president or anybody to take call her, because they are just overzealous. Everybody wants to be in the good book. They don't want anything that is negative to be seen about the president. So that they'll be in the
could that
president.
issue have been handled differently? Because a lot of people also came out that pulled that call, through to us. Should the case have been handled differently? Yes, I believe so. They will know until when government begin to bring to raise issue on it or to start to pursue those people. That's when people now became aware of this thing happened, this happened. There are so many things like that I was not even aware until the government started pursuing them. If it will not be an issue, nobody will be discussing it. The video was there, everybody will watch it, and then everybody was just silent until when the second video came up, and that's when people begin to say, okay, you want to be threatening that, this and that. So there are some things government should just ignore. If you can't do it well, just pretend as if you do not see it. After all what this girl has given me, I need to survive. And you said you have said something else. Just because you do the word and the adjective, the president are not doing well. That's what they are saying. Then in Nigeria, we see that as an insult to a leader. They say, how can you say that to the president? The president is our president. We put him there. We have every Nigerian has the right to be where he is. Every Nigerian has the right to sleep where he is sleeping. Then we try to say, look, you take it. We do it on our behalf. We donated all our power to him. And he's using it. And he's using the NYC rule. Which NYC rule? Is there NYC rule above the Constitution? Is it above the Constitution? At all.
So is there anywhere in the country that says you cannot express your grievances if you are not happy? Or that says when you express your grievances and you call out the president and say, Mr. President, I am hungry. You are not doing well. Is that living? It will go on its own. It will die just like that. Nobody will even hear anything. But because of that call from the NYC officer, that is the thing you respond to. Because you know why they are doing that? Because they see every issue as politics. They see every issue. When you don't talk, you don't give them, they say, why are you not giving us options? When you give options, they say you are talking based on them correctly. That's what I expect of a government. It's not for you to say, once I make a position, you criticize it. You say, I'm saying so because I lost election. I'm saying so because I'm not an opposition. I'm saying so because I'm not able to get appointment. I'm saying so because I'm not a minister. You know that are the people seeing the progress we're making. I'm not seeing the progress we're making. People will come and tell me now that we are not seeing the progress when the states are getting more times 3 of their allocation. What times 3 are they getting? Can 1 million naira today or 7,000 naira they are giving today do anything?
At all.
At 1.5 million naira, I'll buy a Corolla that will call we say the Corolla is Tokubo. Okay, yes, maybe before. Now increase my life to 5 million naira, and you say I'm making more money. Is that improvement? When that 5 million naira cannot do what 1.8 million naira will do in some years ago.
How little savings left?
Exactly. Today I cannot do that with 70,000 naira. I cannot even buy rice alone, a bag of rice alone with it. And you say we are making more money. That's it. What the ladies playing politics are the ones seeing the progress that we're making in terms of our economy.
This and that we are seeing on paper, because the inflation has come down, people can't still afford to buy bags of rice, they still can't afford to buy 2 bars of yam that can take care of their family under the umbrella now. It's not safe.
The umbrella is starting.
Even the place where the umbrella is kept in Abuja, the land has been revoked.
only Mr. Wika can take the land now.
Before I let you go, let's step back a bit on this Rivers drama. We read earlier today that one of my guests on the show yesterday, made a statement that a lot of callers, kind of had reservation about. Is being agitated, and you know what I mean. For the people that had followed Nigerian politics before the administration of the late President Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ of blessed memory, when he introduced the amnesty, before then, it's constant kidnappings, vandalization of oil pipelines, this and that, a lot of issues, even oil theft of the Ijaw nation, with the whole, bullying of the governor of the state, that the Creeks are angry and they're agitated. And earlier, is it time that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu steps into this issue? A lot of people say, Atunji, that whatever affect Rivers State affect the entire country. How much do
that is our part of a scoop, and of having the 2 million need to ensure that there's peace. You see, the president has just few weeks ago when he called the pandemic. But it appeared to me that the intervention of the president is one-sided. All the speaking by the president or nothing was about the House of Assembly. It not ask. It doesn't want any. It not say House of Assembly. You might Mr. and Mr. will listen to.
Is the president?
The president, and those are the presidency. Nobody in authority. He's not looking for anything. Nobody can control him. So because the president is abusing his job, is his employer. So he can and he's expecting so much to do now. He don't like the president or the concern of the president is how Governor Fubara will claim for the questions and the resolution read about 8 of them or so. All were the governor has committed.
If there's a ground for impeachment, he can be impeached.
Exactly. So that's the only one I see that is go and obey the Supreme Court order. Obey the Supreme Court order. Tell him to go and obey the Supreme Court order. As if the governor has said I will not obey. From the day one, the question which proves to me, they don't even have the power to give. The Supreme Court judgment did not say this judgment must be complied with within a particular hour or by this country. Where the National House of Assembly or National Assembly will be the one to direct the president as to when he will bring his budget, or give him a ultimatum as to he must bring his budget in this other period. I've never seen it in this country. I'm seeing it. So for me, we need peace. And people who are saying the government, Mr. Wika has said it, nothing will happen. I don't want to hear that. Boko Haram, we are not able to deal with them. So if we have add another one to it now, how many military do we have? So many innocent people have been lost, innocent souls have been lost, and their family are not taken care of. I'm talking about the soldiers who are at the war front. Prevent it. I'm not saying if the government, if the directives are done, then the people are concerned about the fact that people are not doing the right thing. I think we have to be cautious. And then we must, and that's why we have a sort of income majorly today.
Okay, I will let you go now, and I really appreciate your time with us. But in 2 minutes, now, if the impeachment reportedly served, the notice reportedly served on the governor and the deputy governor, if to President Tinubu or VP Shettima, Senator Godswill Akpabio becomes the president. If the governor and the deputy governor of Rivers State is impeached, Right Honorable Martin Amaewhule becomes the governor. Is this the script all the while? Barrister Tunji, is this
temporarily for 3 months, pending when a new election is conducted, and it's 3 months. So within that 3 months, when he becomes a governor, he can transform himself to become a proper governor. You know the way we do it in our country.
He will run for election.
Yes, he will just transform into becoming a continuity, which is bent on ensuring that the governor's chief brother pay for being a declarer to him. When he was in power, nobody dared take that such step. Nobody damn a member of House out of them. He was elected and slow down. And need to know that look, life is not only about him. That the power is transferring. You can be in power, you can have the power today, and tomorrow it may not be there for you to. So you still go back there. Unfortunately, we are in Nigeria, where those who have committed a crime yesterday, once they jump people.
Thank you very much, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. I reached out, the notice was short, and you still took out time to be with me on the show today. Thank you. We've had conversation around the NYSC, we've had conversation around Rivers State, and then as usual, you've broken it down for us. Rivers on two folds. Different political party. Well, people said he's working, he's doing his job, he's not partisan. That is, he's doing the right thing. That means anybody that messes up can face it. So I thank you very much. Okay, that's about it. Well, straight up into it. I mean, whether we like it or not, the drama in Rivers is not cool enough anytime soon. And so that we don't wake up one day and start buying fuel for 2,000 naira. Now that is even coming down little by little, we are still, expressing some optimism that it could still come down, even further. But if anything happens to the oil installation in Rivers State, and like my guest said yesterday, if the boys return to the creeks, or the boys in the creeks chooses to go back into, their modus operandi, I'm not sure. Until it start taking direct effect on the people, we're not going to see any of this. Let me quickly allow you. You're welcome.
Yeah, Chris from Ojo. Yeah, I want to speak on the Rivers matter.
Please go on.
Yeah, but there was a message credited where Obasanjo was trying to tell him that he's the leader of the state. And neither Tinubu nor Wike the power that he has a lot of power. For him, he should take defend any way he feels that it's right for him to defend himself. Let him defend himself. Because the judiciary that we have today, this is not a rule of law. For me, I heard the president saying a rule of law. When you saw what happened in Lagos, that those people that impeach power, let him take the mantle to him.
Thank you very much. I hope these were the assurances that the governor got at the start of his administration for justice. And when things started falling apart, everybody kept coming out and say, fine, I'm your chief attorney general. And it looks like everything hadn't gone down. And look at where we are right now. And let me squeeze in one more call. Pastor Ambrose is trying to reach me, but the network is not exactly cooperating today. I hope we're lucky this time. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Okay. Good time. You're welcome.
I mean, for facing for the past, they are being led by bad leaders. Okay, this for Fᴜᴜ or no Fᴜᴜ, how can the state governor within a place still have in mind to be taking the order of the person that he studies there? So we too. Which one can lead us to the promised land? Is it the APC or the PDP? To me, these PDP people they are failure. Why can't they form a formidable party before 2027? Let's forget about this political party, PDP, APC. Because there is nothing we can gain there. If there is no formidable leader to lead us the way forward before 2027, this is what we should be thinking about as of now. Oh, I don't know. Fubara or no Fubara. If the formation of the government is not standard, you don't have good lead, is nowhere. Let's forget about them. APC, let's forget about them. Let's formulate another good, solid party.
There's SDP now, right, Mr. Gbadebosi?
Yes, yes.
There is the SDP now.
Listen. Yes. Come again, Mr. Ope.
I said now there is the SDP that seems to be the new bride. Everyone seems to. Malam Nasir El-Rufai served as a governor for 8 years under the APC. He just left the APC just about a month ago officially. Even less than a month ago, he resigned his appointment. So if he goes to the same people recycling all around us, Mr. Gbadebosi.
What we are seeing now is that the people that are entering should be watching is this El-Rufai. Because he's not going there for good thing. So let the people, the new people that are going there, and some of the PDP.
Thank you. Facebook was killing me alive. Ogunlana Adeyinka Ayodeji is talking to us on Facebook and he says, well done. I don't think that this Tinubu government is doing well because during Jonathan's administration, 1 month after I left service, they paid us 6 month arrest. That's 40,000. I received the alert live on my phone. I mean, you really enjoyed. Unique Destiny says, how do we explain the fact that the president announced an increment in the core members' monthly allowance to the tune of 77,000 and since 8 months ago and up till now, it has not been implemented? Is this not a scam on its own? Are the government themselves eating the money, secretly deceiving the populace that are paying 77K? How more terrible can things be? Prince Oluwasegun Funmi saying why the NYSC stuff shouldn't be eradicated. To me personally, it's an absolute waste of the lives of innocent people that went to school, spent all of the time in school, and you push them into death. Imagine NYSC including in their clause that coppers should inform their families in case they would have to pay ransom. The NYSC is good. I benefited from it. I served in PDP secretariat. Is a family. He said it's a family business. Okay, so I should not get involved. Okay, that's good. Let me read some of your messages on WhatsApp. Okay, this one says there's fire on the mountain as declared by the Minister of Abuja. All I want to advise the president is to call use some wiki at well. Unfortunately, I can't take some of these calls and these messages again. We've come to the end of the program. Next up is Mainland FM Sunset News by 5:30, and the coach will have his first training session with the players behind closed doors. No journalists allowed. My name is Oᴏᴜᴜ Akini. Thank you so much, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, for being my guest on the show today. The program returns tomorrow by 4 p.m.